Hey everyone! Today I was cutting some Florentine paper for a wonderful, wonderful lady. And I had mentioned to one of the viewers that I was cutting Florentine paper, and she said, well, what is Florentine paper? So I thought, well, I will just show you. It is, try to tell you too. Florentine paper is just that. It's paper that is made in Italy, Italian paper. It is machine made, and it's kind of modeled after the Renaissance era, if you will, kind of that kind of style. And it's, not like you can go to Walmart and get it, or um, I'm not sure if you can get it off Amazon. I know they do sell some of the Florentine envelopes and stationery and things like that. And that is a lot of what people do with it too, is like wedding stationery and things like that. Some things that I've done with it before is I lined my book boxes with the Florentine paper. As you can see on this one, here's another one that has beautiful Florentine paper inside. This is Florentine paper. Neither of these are finished. I'm just giving you examples of what to do with it. And even though it's not something you can, like I said, buy at Walmart, you can still get it pretty easily in the US. There are lots of great sellers on Etsy that sell it really, really reasonable. Um, I will be putting it in my shop. That's not why I'm showing you this, other than just to give you more ideas and to let you know that, you know, contrary to what some people will tell you, it's not impossible to get. Yes, someone has to bring it or ship it from Italy. And most people, individuals that sell it, have a buyer in Italy or know someone, but you can also order it through the company that makes the Florentine papers. And I'm sure there are several companies. I don't know. I didn't look that part up, but I do know that it's, typical Florentine paper is very colorful, has a lot of this gold embossing in it. Some of it you can feel the embossing, it's imprinted in the paper. Some of it just has very small gold, but you can see it. But most of the Florentine paper has some gold in it, and it's usually very colorful, and it's beautiful. It's just a pattern. And how you use it, like you would any other paper. Um, it's another type of paper for us to use in our journals. And like on this one, I just lined it with book paper, book page, and made an envelope with a little charm. And then on the inside, I put more Florentine paper for writing. And it's very textured. Some of it's pretty textured, and you can see the lines. It is beautiful paper. It's one of my favorite things. I just wanted to make sure that you knew. And this is just white paper, scrap paper that I've embossed and put a little piece of tea-dyed lace, done some stamping, and lined it with the Florentine paper. And it is beautiful. And then I just put a writing piece of paper inside. It's just fun, beautiful ways to decorate our journals. And these are some strips I had left from the book boxes that they're great for master boards, as you know, if you're trying to do a very neutral one, you can throw in colors like this, or if you just want to splash a color, pop in pieces like this. They're great for anything. I made some tabs out of mine and put little eyelets in it, and of course I've made some clusters. They just give that little part of color there. And they're great for scrapbook, like scrappy notebooks or notepads. Gosh, anything you could normally make with, that you do make for your journals. That's what it is, and it's beautiful, beautiful paper. I will say that. I just think that sometimes people make you think it's unattainable in the US. It's not cheap. It does cost for shipping and whatever from Italy to the US. And the Etsy sellers that I've seen um, have, to me, remarkable prices. They're really, really good prices, and they're beautiful papers. I can't even tell you how many patterns, and I haven't seen their patterns. So there are lots of styles, lots of things that you can do with them. And I think how I'm going to offer them in the Etsy shop, and they're not listed yet because I love this one. Now, this is one of the few that does not have gold in it, but it's beautiful. There is no gold flecks in this one. The back of it kind of looks like antique white. It's not a full white like most of them are. I don't know if you can tell the difference, but, and like I say, some of them are heavily embossed. This one kind of has lines where you can feel the design on the back side. So there's different weights, different textures. It's just like any other paper. It's different. You know, a lot of it is different. So I think how I'm going to sell mine is I'm going to offer it two different ways. I will have, and they're a pack. I won't be the same color. It'll just be this. I just got this out here because it was handy. But I will do 4 sheets, random sheets, you know, of different colors. So it could be, you know, 4 pieces like these 4. And they will be, you can get them in 10 by 7 sheets of paper, 4 10 by 7 sheets of paper, or you can get them in 4 9 by 7 sheets of paper. What I say, 9 by 7 sheets of paper with some 1-inch strips, which I love the strips because I think they look great along just even a book page, just to decorate it up. Sew it on there, or use it as, you know, page ruffle. Sew it as a ruffle. Put it on, doesn't have to be on book page. I mean, any journal page. It just gives it an extra pretty look, I think. So either there will be 4 9 by 7s with 4 paper strips that are 1-inch, or 4 10 by 7s that have no strips, and they'll be random design. I mean, they could be anything. So that's what I'm going to put in my shop. But again, I'm not telling you so that you go to my shop. I wish I could remember, oh gosh, the names of some of them. They offer different sizes. The one I'm thinking of, I think hers are 9 by 12, or sheets of 9 by 12, maybe. You know, I'm not sure. That doesn't sound right. Anyway, they're different sizes, so take note of that when you're ordering. There's some that sell it in smaller sizes, which I think would be great too, depending on what you're wanting to make, you know, how you're going to use it. I think their sizes were 4 by 5s, and I don't know how many. But check out Etsy, because there are a lot of sellers on there that aren't trying to, you know, make a killing, so to speak, on it. They're actually bringing you beautiful papers for a very reasonable price, I think. And again, I'm not talking about myself. I'm talking about other sellers on Etsy. And I'm not trying to promote Etsy. I'm just trying to say that if you run across some online things and they're selling their Florentine paper like that, you know, that's the only place to get it, and you have to pay this much and whatever because the shipping's so high. You don't. I can promise you that anything you want, whether it's rag book paper, Florentine paper, uh, gosh, What other kinds of papers? Onion skin, braille, anything you want. Just, if you're new to junk journaling, don't fall into the trap of finding the biggest one out there and thinking that's the best, because it's not. You can get beautiful rag book papers on online auctions. There's several that I go to that they're not there to get rich. They're there because they're trying to honestly share with you what they have found. And yes, they're making a little money off of it, but I mean, most people that do junk journaling or any kind of hobby, you're expecting that other person to make some kind of money to be able to bring it to you. Again, we're not expecting them to build new homes and whatever over a piece of paper, but some can if you sell that much paper. This is getting way off track. All I was wanting to tell you is, what is Florentine paper? How do you use it? And where can you get it if you're interested? And I think I've answered those questions. I want you to be mindful that there are great prices for this beautiful paper out there. Do shop around and see what you can find. I had a friend, she sent me, oh gosh, it was beautiful. I wish I could remember the name of that Etsy store. It was olives. And I don't know why, but just to me, the whole Italian and olives, that goes hand in hand, and it was the most beautiful paper I've ever seen. And I don't have any of it. But that's okay. Maybe one day. So again, I hope that you like this. I hope that these things have inspired you. And I hope that maybe those tips will help you to, look around, search around. Always in junk journaling, there's always more. And that's something that I have a really hard time with. When I first got my first rag book, I thought, oh, I can't tear it apart. It's too beautiful. And it is beautiful. It was going to go in the trash, okay? So if I didn't own it, someone else was going to burn it. So to tear it apart wasn't my only problem. I just thought, gosh, what if I never have another one? Anything you have in junk journaling, 90% of the time, there's always more. I heard one of the biggest YouTube journal makers say that, don't hoard everything, because there will always be more. And that's true. Maybe it's not the exact thing. Maybe it's something better. Maybe it's something just a little different. And if you're anything like me, you're going to forget about it in 2 weeks anyway that you even had it. So anyway, I think I got way off base with this video, and I'm very sorry. I just wanted to let you know what Florentine paper was, how you use it, and I hope that this has inspired you to try something new. Or if you know of different papers that, are fun to work with, let me know. I'm all about the dyeing and tea dyeing and this and that. I love those. And like on this one that I backed it with this book page, this was a win-win, because this is beautiful book page. It's not rag paper, so it's very brittle because it is so old. It just falls apart. And you've seen me use it many times. Looks like this, but I mean, look, when you fold it, it's going to break. I mean, it's just brittle. That's the nature of the paper, unless it's rag paper. And by backing it to something, doesn't have to be Italian paper or Florentine paper, backing it to something, you can make it somewhat of the focal point of the piece, and I love that. So I just did a little stamping on it here. I did stamp on this Florentine paper, and of course had to grunge it up because it didn't start out looking like this. I don't think I have any more of it to show you. I'm sure you get the gist that it was very pretty. Well, it was like this. It was all white and there was no stamping, and it's beautiful. Oh, here. This is what it looks like. No stamping. So you can, do what you normally would do to it to make it your own. And my own would be grungy and lots of stamping. Oh, and don't forget the eyelets. Anyway, I hope you liked this video. I hope it inspired you to try new things, new papers. If you're looking for certain things, do just that. Look around, shop around, find your best deals. If it's not something that's trash that people are actually giving to you, which happens a lot, I would encourage you to shop around. And also, let's not forget, we got coming up, I think I said I was going to do it on Sundays, the junk mail January. I'll film that. So mail didn't run today. I got no junk mail. So that's good. There's one day I won't have anything. But I'm going to collect it all and hopefully make some neat things for us to see on Sunday. And I hope you guys will join me. And again, it's just going to be hashtag 2025 junk mail January. And the only reason I didn't change it to junk mail jam, and I love that. I wish if you look back at my comments, I believe it was Jen. I'll have to get, come Sunday, I'll fill you out on that, but it was spelled Jamb, and I really wanted to call it that. But in order to do that, 2025 Junk Mail Jam, I would have to put that hashtag on the beginning of every month, as well as like February Flush or May Munchie or whatever. So it would be end up being really long. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to put the hashtag in and find it. And then you would find all 12 months. Like if you were only looking for the toilet paper rolls, or you were only looking for snack papers, you know, you couldn't go to a certain month. You would have to flip through all of the junk mail jam. So anyway, I'll explain more about that on Sunday. I hope you guys will join me. I hope you enjoyed this video and that I didn't come off too negative, because I really, really am not. I love all the things, and I really appreciate the people that have online auctions and sell to us so affordably. I think you guys are wonderful. You rock. You go out, you do all the legwork for us and make it so that we can create such beautiful things. So Happy New Year. This is going to be a great 2025. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next time. Bye.